What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is DJ Lee. I'm a professional baseball player with the Oakland A's. And today I want to talk to you guys about this concept of player development, right? Which is really just the process of getting you from where you are now to where you want to be, right? It's the process of continuously getting better within the game of baseball, right? And what I really want to talk about, what I really want to do is bridge this gap of how professional athletes approach their player development versus how high school athletes attempt to do the same thing. And I want to bridge that gap with these two simple secrets, right? Now, as a high school baseball player, if I asked you this question, what are you working on in your swing? What would you say? Would you have an answer? It's funny, I ask high school players this all the time just to get a feel for where they're at in their own process. And a lot of times guys don't have a real answer for me, right? Which is okay. But if you ask a professional baseball player that same question, there's not many out there that wouldn't have an answer for you. And why is that, right? Well, the difference is that professional hitters have this awareness to their skill set that allows them to train with intentionality and with purpose, right? They know what they need to do to get better, and they've learned the most effective ways to get it done. My high school hitting training consisted of mindlessly taking swings off the tee whenever I could, right? And if I was lucky, I'd get someone to flip or to throw to me, right? But I had no plan. And the problem with that is that I was just swinging to take swings. And what I was doing is mindlessly training bad habits. And we're creatures of habits. When we step in the box on game day, we're going to default to our habits. And elite hitters know this, and they train with this in mind, which leads to secret number one. Secret number one is that you need a hitting plan. All elite hitters have some sort of hitting plan for their player development as a hitter. And the more mature of a hitter, the more mature of a plan that they're going to have. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? All we're talking about is something that keeps us grounded and allows us to take reps with intentionality and with purpose, right? It allows us to be consistent, right? Think about strength training. Do you think elite athletes are randomly walking into the gym picking up weights based on whatever they see their friends doing that day? Absolutely not, right? When they walk into the weight room, they have a short-term plan, which is their workout for the day. And that short-term plan fits into their long-term plan, a plan that allows them to track improvements over time, to identify and address their strengths and weaknesses, and to train with a purpose, right? The same is true with skill development, especially with hitting, and elite hitters know that. But in today's high school landscape of development and instruction, hitting is not treated the same way. And this is the problem that we want to solve in high school and youth baseball. So my question for you is, how are you training? Do you have a plan or a process in place for yourself? Are you challenging yourself in your training session, or are you kind of just going through the motion? Are the things that you're looking to change actually changing? Do you know how to track those changes over time? Or maybe you don't even know what you're looking to change, and that's fine too, right? But let me tell you something. In order to become an elite hitter, you truly have to think of yourself and your training process as elite or professional, right? If you want to be an elite hitter but your training process doesn't show that, then something really has to change. As you move along in the game of baseball, player development becomes less and less dependent on the coaches around you and much more dependent on you, your plan, and your intentionality to stick to that plan. If I give my guys drills to work on, but they don't execute them in their own time, there's only so much I can really do for that player. But I know instead of leaving that guy out to dry, I have to know that part of that is on me. I have to get the guys to understand the drill and how and why it fits into their long-term plan, just like the strength training analogy. And as they mature and as they develop, they'll pick out the drills, the key words, and the cues that have spoken to them over time and that have led them to be successful. And once they have those in their back pocket, they can begin to take ownership of their own player development, which leads to secret number two. In today's high school instructional landscape, coaches say, you need me to keep getting better. It's how hitting coaches stay in business, right? But that's not how elite hitters think, right? Secret number two is that you have to be your own best hitting coach. And this, more than anything else, is what we want to train our guys to be able to do. If I do my job right, guys will never have to rely on me or any other hitting coach ever again, right? And that doesn't mean that they don't, need a hitting coach. It doesn't mean that they shouldn't listen to their current hitting coach to learn and to gain value from, because there are a lot of smart coaches out there and they're really good at their jobs. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that if I do my job right, guys will learn how to take ownership of their own player development in a way that they won't have to rely on someone else to get them to where they want to be. That's why right now we want to kickstart that process for you by giving away a free hitting plan template, as well as a database of some of the drills that I do every single day as part of my own training process. I hope you guys can take advantage of this opportunity, and I really hope it helps you make that decision to take ownership of your own player development. Thanks, guys.